today I did a poll on my Instagram, and I was asking people like if they had any questions that they'd want me to talk about. And one of the ones that came up, which I will probably dive into deeper at another point, was about hooks. So a hook is basically similar to a call to action, or a CTA, which is basically a call to action. It's something that is on your video. The hook is what hooks people in. The call to action is what you get people to do from that video, okay? So almost every video has it. Unless people are just creating it just for the creator's sake of creating something. But even in those, I find that a lot of people have a call to action in it. So it's good to know these terms, especially when you're watching something and they're talking about like the hook or the CTA, and you're like, what are they talking about? So a hook basically is something that's going to get people's attention, and it's going to keep their attention. And the three main ones that I was just recently learning about come out of fear, desire, or curiosity. And the best hooks usually incorporate two, like a fear and curiosity, or a desire and curiosity. So if you're somebody that is, wanting people to click on your thing, you're going to want to tap into emotion. Emotion is something that gets people to take action, especially if you're trying to sell something. You're going to want people to emotionally connect to what you're doing. If you're talking to people and you're like, I know you probably feel like you have no idea about this thing, let me help you to figure that out. But there's so many different ways that you could put those things together, obviously. Some people have a desire, like when I was starting off with like the twin flame readings, this is a good example of people's desires and curiosity. What is he thinking? What does he want to say to you? Those types of titles was getting people's attention. And when I would start a video out, or I put out an Instagram short or a reel or a YouTube short or whatever, a lot of times I'll put that right on to the screen that they can see. What is he thinking? What does he want to say to you? And then you can go even deeper when you get to know your audience a little bit more, or if you're targeting a certain audience, like, what is your audience target? What is it that you're there to provide to them? Sometimes it's just going to be entertainment, which would be like, I get this person on a deep level, because everybody has their own way of, emoting and looking and navigating this world. Some people have ADHD, so if you're somebody with that, a lot of times your curiosity will help you to get pulled into like the top 5 signs that you have ADHD. A lot of times people click on something like that if they're already got their wheels spinning, or if they see like the first one that really like gets to them. Other people, it could be, based off of what their interests are. Like if somebody's really into makeup, then a hook that might get them, or what are the best 5, concealers in 2024. If somebody's interested in starting a YouTube channel right now, and it's like, is it too late to start a YouTube channel in 2024? A lot of people are going to click on that because they want to know the answer to that. So getting people's curiosity sparked, along with a desire that they have, or a fear that they have, like fear tactics, a lot of people use that within marketing. And it doesn't have to be icky or bad. It could just literally be like, don't ever do this. Like I used that the other day. I was like, don't ever do this, because it can sabotage everything. If you start using ads and start paying to advertise yourself, your organic reach, which means I'm not paying to reach new customers and clients, gets halted by you paying. And I was like, oh my God, because I realized that other people knew that, and I had just had it be like one of those things in the back of my head for the longest time. So I'm like, let me tell other people now that I've got the confirmation that I'm not just crazy. But that's how we want to hook people or get people engaged. And I will make maybe a PDF of a list of the best ones, where it's like, and when we do that, we can have it be customizable to you. So it would be like the top 5, and again, when you're trying to get people to hook into something or click on something, that works. When you say the best 5 or the top 10, or say somebody wants a longer form of that type of information, you can even go up to 25 or 50 or 100 of the best side hustles of 2024, or the 5 best ways to make $100,000 in 2024, or the, and again, it's people's desire and people's curiosity that's going to get them to click on that. But even blog posts that you put those types of titles on convert better. People click on them more because it's something about like that numerical, I'm going to get, and then they don't want to leave until they know them all. Even if they don't read the whole thing, they're going to scan the list of 100 side gigs that you can do from home right now, and they're like, yeah, I want to see all of those options, and then they can go deeper into those options. So that could be something for you too, as like a content creator or somebody that's trying to teach something. If you list off 100 things, like the best things that there could possibly be, then you can take it and take each one of those 100 and go deeper dive into those. And again, you'd want to use these concepts within those deeper dives. Like if the first thing that you're going to do is like the best side hustle that you could do at home and make $100,000 this year or within 6 months is print on demand, and then you have a whole bunch after it, you can do a deeper dive onto print on demand, which is like, why is print on demand the number one, performing, or the number one way to get to 100,000 this year? And also, it would be trial and error with these things too. You're going to want to figure out, like, what are people clicking on? Like when I first started doing pick a cards, I hadn't even been doing pick a cards in the beginning. I was just doing like readings and putting random titles on it. And I started to see what other people were doing too. And then I started to collect information of like, okay, people are clicking on this one, but they're not so much clicking on this one. Like anything I did to do with divine masculine, all the feminines were clicking on it. Anything I did to do about divine feminine, they weren't really worried about themselves. They didn't want to know about themselves. They didn't want to do the self-exploration. They just want to know what he was thinking. What is he feeling? What is he going to do? When is he going to come? Is he ever going to come back? And so it was a whole thing that I learned out of that. With what I'm doing now over here on this channel, I will learn as I go, but I already kind of know a lot of the things because I've been exploring them for a long time to grow those other things and to know what works and what doesn't work. Like on the Divine Essentials channel, those people were more interested in signs of a starseed, signs of a Pleiadian starseed, the characteristics of a Sirian starseed, and that's what those people came in for. That's what they like. They like to learn about the Moon key rites, like the shamanic practice. They like to learn healing modalities and stuff like that. So the videos that I would make over there would be relative to that type of information. So it's going to be dependent on what you're doing, but think about those things, like what's going to get their curiosity going, what are they desiring, and if you're unsure of that stuff, it's just going to take a little while. But if you're out there and you're trying to grow a business or be like an influencer, then what are your desires? What are you interested in? Again, those are going to be the best things for you to make content about because you're passionate about it. You're inspired when you think about it. It's not going to be like pulling teeth to go find that information and report back to other people. You're going to know, like, oh yeah, like this is the thing that I really want to know about. So I want the other people that really want to know about this to find me and connect with me and build my stuff up with all of that. You know what I mean? We don't want to just make content that makes no sense or make content that we think is going to perform well, but we have no passion about, because it's not going to come off as authentic. There's going to be no passion behind it. There's not much of a desire or drive within yourself. So it's probably going to fall flat. So those are my tips on hooks for now. And I will come back with some hooks that you can customize, and I'll leave like the blank part where it's like your desired client, their pain point, their outcome, their desired outcome, and stuff like that. So it's easy for you to take templates or those little fill in the blank things and find the right way to fill it out. And again, it'll be trial and error. You'll see some people do a hook that catches everybody's attention and they got millions of views and they go viral. You do the same one, it may not work. Like I saw one of those the other day that was literally like that, and it was like, oh, point of view, you're and it was like your customer, right? Your person that you're trying to connect with, which was like, exhausted moms that are trying to, find some sort of solution to their problem. And then after that, it was like, and then you stumble onto me, okay? That's not going to work for everybody. But other people who are using that concept in a way of like, another way, like you're a tired entrepreneur and you're sick of trying to figure out what are the best hooks to put onto your YouTube or your Instagram reels, and then you find me. That might work better, depending on the platform and depending on the people and depending on the way that you word it and fill in those blanks, because some things are just more desirable and some things are just more viral worthy. It doesn't mean that they're not valuable, though. It doesn't mean that you can't make a decent income from sharing that information and teaching people about that. It just means that you might need to be a little bit more creative in your approach. There's a lot of people out there that share stuff that is very valuable and very viral worthy, but it's not making them any money. It's not converting into clients or customers. It's not turning into dollars. They're not getting a huge, income from it. So don't compare and don't worry about numbers and getting all the likes. Okay, there's so many people that I'm seeing in 2024 that are making millions of dollars, and they have like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and they have like 50 subscribers on Instagram. It really is not what it used to be. I mean, you can make a massive amount of money from having a massive following, but if you don't have a massive following today, you don't need that to get to there. I was making a lot of money in the very beginning of my YouTube channel, which it didn't have massive amounts of people on it, but I was monetizing those people that were there by providing something that they wanted, readings about the divine masculine, and I was doing the public readings for them. But not just that, I had, here, you can pay me and I'll do you a private one. And then I made the candles and the sprays and all the other things that went along with that, but also dove deeper into everything else that I did. And I built my second channel of spiritually guided people from the first channel, because I was like, hey, if you're interested in learning more about the Moon Key and all these other things that I'm doing in these guided meditations, go over there. And they went over there and they liked it. So you might just need to get a little creative in the way that you word your stuff. Just opened up my Google search thing and I saw that they had a bunch of the stuff that I was mentioning, like 5 things, 33 this, buffety poops, the things that I was mentioning. And these are on Google homepage, so they're obviously getting a lot of attention. But then here it was like, follow to get updates. So this would be a good idea for you to follow the update, follow for updates of the things that you're trying to do or what you're creating about. If I was just going to be solely creating tarot cards, then I'd still want to do content creation, because if I'm going to be creating content about tarot, then I'd want to follow those 2 things. But if I'm creating content about entrepreneurship, then I want to do that, and about side jobs, then I want to do that. And then my own personal interests that I still tie into Divine Essentials and the Bridget Tarot channels, like self-awareness and crystals and all of that stuff. So, just make it make sense to what you're trying to do, but pay attention to the stuff. Instead of consuming as a consumer, consume as a producer, as a supplier, as a creator, as a way of, I'm going to do what they're doing and I'm going to turn it into something, lucrative and powerful and, exciting for me. Figure out what are other people doing in that industry or niche that are, making a lot of money or monetizing what they're doing. They don't even have to necessarily have a product or an offer to be making money, especially with affiliate marketing. You can just offer other people's products and get a percentage every time somebody goes to that product because you recommended it. You get a little link, and you don't even need people to come and ask you about that. You can literally just do it off the get-go. ClickBank and all these other places exist that have tons of products within them, but then every other website almost in the world has an affiliate program. Even little individuals who create their own website can have an affiliate program where it's if you recommend me and you share what I share, then you'll get a percentage of whatever you send my way. And now TikTok has that too. So TikTok has creators making money just for views, but then they have people making money that are recommending products. And then there's people selling their own products on TikTok and then having other people affiliate those products. So I can go on there and be an affiliate for all of the decks that I have for tarot readings, right? But I can also go on there and sell my decks in my own shop and have other people promote those and use those and be affiliates for those. So every time they use my deck and someone uses their way in, their little code on in, they will get a percentage of that sale. And so I always look at how can I do like the thing that's gonna make the most sense. Like, I don't want to limit myself to just be somebody that's doing it for other people. I want other people doing it for me too, but that doesn't have to stop me from doing it for other people either. You know, I think that's why I think TikTok's cool, because TikTok keeps incorporating more ways for you to make money. And you can even reach out to people on TikTok that have products and be like, hey, will you send me a free sample of this? And I'll make content about it. And a lot of times you have to have a certain amount of people for them to be like, oh yeah, sure. But there's people out there that may not have that many themselves, and they're looking for people in their same niche that's going to make sense, and they may send you a free product because you're going to do free content for them and free promotion for them, so you don't have to, worry about it like that too much. But yeah, just pulling over for this asshole up my ass for no fucking reason. He literally just got on the highway and was like, Nyeh. So, yeah, that is, I feel like every time I do anything, there's a person up my ass. Yeah, we're gonna take that and transmute that shit. Anytime somebody wants to aggravate me, come up my ass, it's gonna power me. It's gonna give me more abundance. It's gonna give me more strength. It's gonna make me happier. So yeah, in my name, namaste.